Hi, everybody. You're listening to the Wife Wednesday podcast. It's Wednesday, and I'm one of your wives, Sina.
And I'm Nicole.
Wife Wednesday podcast is a podcast that we created as a hobby, and it has now become an exciting journey for self-discovery. ... But really, we're just two women who talk about anything and everything. So come hang out with us. Grab your fries and ketchup time.
So this week, my house was so messy that I just can't stand it. Like every day I was pissed about it. And I basically let Josh know.
I tell Andrew, I'm like, we live in a garbage heap. This is a dumpster fire.
And you don't.
I don't, but that's
like,
what I call
mine
it.
Mainly is that there's toys everywhere and there's just like clothes all over the floor or trash. And I'm like, you walk by this just as much as I do.
Calling you out there, Josh.
Yeah, but it's not his fault because I walk by it too. I can just pick it up easily. And I'm trying to do that more where if I'm walking up the stairs and there's something at the bottom of the stairs, I just grab it. And that's just what I need to do. And it's just as easy as that, basically.
I try that method.
Practicing what I preach.
I even put stuff by the stairs. Do you think my ass has carried down the trash bag from last night that I tied up?
Yeah. No. So there's that. But the past few days, this weekend, I've been cleaning slowly and not overwhelming myself with must have it clean in one day vibe. Sorry, I was internally burping.
You're fine. No, I think we're so used to having the evenings off.
Yeah.
Because we've always worked where we were off by 2 or 3 p.m. the latest.
Exactly.
And now we're both off at like 5 and we're like, well, we lost the 2 hours we'd spend cleaning the house.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go home and like I have a couple more things that I need to do today. And I'm gonna talk to Josh and be like, the time from when you pick up the kids till I get home is like 2 hours. So, and I know you just woke up and I understand needing to like wake up kind of vibe. Like when you get home with the kids, take like 30 minutes and like sit there, play with the kids, whatever. But after that, I need you to do something, whether it's unloading and loading the dishwasher, sweeping. Your kids love to help you sweep. Like give the little one the little vacuum and all that stuff. Like I just need you to do something.
From a Roomba?
I think I would, but I don't keep my floors cleaned up enough to be able to want to use, because with my floors and my children, I have to use it daily.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not going to go out and buy one myself because I thought about it when we got this couch because it'll fit under my couch.
Yeah.
It can go under them. So, yeah, I don't know. At this moment, it's a thought in my brain still. It's just both Josh and I and the kids have to commit to cleaning it up.
Yeah, I guess like
or cleaning up the
compromise
floors daily.
If you got one per se, like Joshua, you taking notes here? He, play with the kids, whatever, and then be like, oh hey, it's Roomba time, and then just have at least like how I've got my junk bins at the top of the stairs. Have the vacuum time bins.
Oh yeah, that's a good
idea.
idea.
Then Titus and Silas can pick up all this stuff and just put them in this bin
instead of
and like Josh can supervise and help out, and then you can just run the Roomba.
Yes.
And then all the stuff's in the bins, and that could be a time, well, Titus, okay, if you do want to play, you have to go out in the playroom now.
Yes.
Silas,
or up into your room.
Out in the playroom or up into your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be a cool little compromise.
Yeah. Speaking of their rooms, Titus and I have planned out how their room is going to look. And I think it's going to be moved over the time that I'm off during Christmas.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So...
is that way mommy can get an office?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And / a guest room for at least one person because we'll just put that back up.
Kind of like how I did my guest room. I've got a desk in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because by next year, like January, I'll be able to start doing at least one day home from work, which is kind of freaks me out a little. But
by then you should be trained.
Yes.
And what you're doing.
I'm getting, I got trained more on more things this last week, like 2 more things. And then on Monday, we're supposed to be trained on something else. As long as my boss got the new procedure worked up, but I'm still going to be learning new like home changes.
For like, yeah, gotcha.
So
I think it's cool that you would be able to do some work from home one day.
Oh yeah. Everything we do is through our computers, our laptops that we take home every day anyways. So yeah, just things that I can learn. I'll be able to do it from home. I can always call in, all that stuff. So I forgot to turn my nose spinny.
For shame.
The madness of the holidays has started for me because of planning Thanksgiving. Things like we're doing Thanksgiving with my mom at noon on Thanksgiving. Then I have 2 at 3 o'clock, which it's either like the Grays or the Vukages. We're going to the Vukages. We haven't seen them since Christmas of 2019. So
before Silas was even born.
Yeah, they have not met. Like one, his one cousin with the kids met him this year at a pumpkin patch just because they were there. They only know him from pictures, kind of thing. That was a lot of people. Still some people. So it's weird to me, because everyone was so involved with Titus. So
I'm not gonna say that's the curse of second babies, but it's also the curse of second babies.
It is, but it's also the panorama. I already talked about how I'm gonna have more things to do at work. Huzzah! The fasting has been going pretty good.
Yeah.
Not this weekend. Weekends are harder because
diet-free.
Yeah, basically because I have kids and they demand food at all times. So then if I'm cooking and I'm selling it, it's hard for me to like not be like, well, I should eat.
Yeah.
And then my son is a true Gemini.
Oh no.
Okay. This child. Okay, I'm going to tell you the story that happened yesterday morning. Josh is up getting ready to go to his basketball reffing game, whatever. And all of a sudden I see my son's hand down his pants and he like scratches his back. He has like a bunch of he's just got dry skin. Sensitive skin, baby, like his mother. And all of a sudden I'm like, your hand's really far down there. What's going on? There was poop down there.
Oh no.
So I get his hand out. It's not like covered in poop, but there's like a little poop on his fingertips. And I'm holding on to it. And he's trying to pull away and I'm not letting go. And he's screaming bloody murder because I won't let go of his poopy hand. I'm waiting for this wipe from Josh. I'm like, hurry up. He's like, why is he screaming? I'm like, because he's trying to get away and I'm holding on to his arm so he doesn't get poop everywhere. And it's just the dramatics with this child are astronomical. Literally to infinity and beyond. And I'm like, it's going to be a tough ride. It's going to be one of
Buckle in, mama.
Literally, yes. And then, I have to find this video. Not to show you, but to talk to you about. Because at school this week, I don't know when it was, they did a recipe book thing at school with Titus.
Bless us.
Okay. I was not told the wiser. It's not like I sent in a recipe and it's like, oh, this is Titus's recipe. No, this is a recipe that they created themselves. So I'm gonna bless all of you with his recipe for popcorn. I think you'll all love it. Hold on, I'm looking at it. Okay. So it's got 2 things of butter, 1 chicken nugget, 1 can of chicken noodle soup, and corn. We mix all of the things up and bake it, and when it's done baking, it's a milkshake. That is my son's recipe, people. I will be taking pre-orders for recipe books. There was one in there that you bake it. It was like a pizza pie with apples and lemons and oranges. Yes. And you bake it at 46 degrees for 1,000,000 minutes. Yeah. But I'm going to respect the girl who put popcorn, and she said the recipe was a bag of popcorn. Put it in the microwave. That was hers. And I'm like, I live
She's
for
a
your
Capricorn.
life. I live for your life. So
she sent you sent us a bunch of honorable
mentions. It was so, oh my gosh, I literally was like, this is one of the best things ever. I love it.
It gave me so much joy.
Yes. There's something I thought about on the way here and I don't remember it.
What was it? Oh my god.
Sina, just said I don't remember it.
I like half blacked out when I was yawning.
It's like when you can't hear while you're yawning.
Yeah, I was just like,
do you know that's not a thing for some people when they yawn? They can hear the whole time they yawn.
How? If it's a really big one, it like makes all the blood rush. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is our sleepy time episode.
We're literally saying yawn and yawn and yawning and it's just a thing that happens.
Well, do you have any more catch up, girl?
I don't know. You go ahead. If I think of my thing, I'll interject at any point in the podcast.
I know you will. So, I'm starting to feel like I belong at work.
Yeah.
And what kind of sucks is I'm making friends with all these people and like
then you'll be
working
moving.
relationships, and then I'm going to another branch.
Yeah.
But I'm really starting to feel like I belong there, and like obviously I'm still learning a bunch of stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I'm actually earning my wage now because I'm doing work. I'm not just doing classes and you know, like videos or anything like that.
Being paid to take a class.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm still doing that.
Yeah,
but I do that in between other things now. And my work, I'm able to work alone on stuff where like last week someone was over
sitting,
I had
you
to
watching
have someone.
You. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's so much easier doing something without someone over your shoulder. Like I understand why, because I was getting trained.
Mm-hmm.
But
here's one thing. Sorry, if you're if you're done with your work.
No, for that, like literally it's just, but like I just understand why it has to be done.
Yes. So you know I complain about my cubicle mate.
Yeah.
So my friend Brittany and I, we were talking about, she's like, I wish you just sat over here. I wish there was a spot for you to move over here. And I didn't know this, but our boss chooses where we sit. Like there was a big change of seating before I came in, because when I came in for job shadowing, everyone was in different places and now they're moved.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like me, Brittany, my mom, Jen, Laurel, and my boss, Candy. And we were all like the last ones there on Friday. Like Fridays, a lot of people aren't there. It's just ghost town. And we were talking about it. I'm like, because the cool girl who left, they were talking about how her and the guy that sits behind her, they talked a lot. Okay. And she's like, we finally broke up the people who I was mainly worried about sitting together or having to move. Whatever. I was like, yeah, I would definitely, this is a suggestion. When you're hooking, like when there's a new person coming in, think about who their trainer is and where you're going to sit them, because I'm far away from my trainer and my other like co-trainee person, and it would be a lot easier if we were sat together, because like Brittany and I jab all day, like, am I doing this right? Have you had one like this? And it like I got up like 5 times to go over and help her throughout the day on Friday, where it would be easier if I could just turn around or look over and roll over and help her. And I told my boss that, and I'm like, please make it happen, because I don't want to be over there. And even because it would be like Jen and Brittany, and Jen was like, yeah, I wasn't even going to suggest before she said something that we move Keith. I have a Keith at work. Also weird, but not like he's quiet, but he just like starts talking and you're like, were you having a conversation in your brain with me before you like spoke out loud? Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? But she was like, and I was going to suggest to move him